Namaste everyone and welcome back to my channel Sapna's Yoga Diary. This video is very special because in this video I'm going to share my personal yoga journey, my personal yoga practice journey. I had been thinking how to, what all to communicate because I don't want to talk about myself. I wanted to create a video with a view that how my journey can motivate somebody to start practicing yoga. So that would be the objective of this video. So yeah, without any delay, let's start the video. My yoga journey. So it's very important for you to understand from where I started. So after completing my graduation in 2010, I wanted to work and I did get a job after a lot of struggle. It took me almost a year. And then when I was working in 2000, in late 2000, in early 2012, I was diagnosed with tuberculosis. I had to go back to my hometown. I was totally bedridden for 6 months. My lungs were badly infected. डॉक्टर ने बोला कि लंग्स में पानी भरा है तो अभी तो मैं हंस रही हूँ, उस टाइम पे समझ नहीं आया था. एंड ऑनेस्टली आई वॉज बेड रिडन. I had lost my energy, no stamina. I was in fact losing my flesh. I became very bony, you could see my bones. It was difficult. I was not able to talk. I was not able to laugh because it used to pain. It was that severe. I thought I'll not survive. I still remember that night when I was looking at the night bulb. It was all dark and I was crying and it was difficult to bear all the pain. I was just praying that I was praying to God that please take my life or give me another chance. And I'm so grateful to God that He gave me another chance. There was a time when I was feeling immense pain on my chest, and on consultation with the doctor, he told me to practice Anulom Vilom. I practiced Anulom Vilom for a week and the chest pain disappeared. That time I did not know much about Anulom Vilom. I just knew that you have to inhale from one, exhale from the other. Inhale from the other, exhale from the one. That is only this much I knew. And I did that for a week and my chest pain, it disappeared. That was the first time when I realized, okay, yoga practices actually help. That was my first encounter, that was my first experience. So yeah, slowly I started to recover, and I think by the end of 7th month I was able to do my own thing. So yeah, after that period of 7 months, after convincing my parents, I went for the job. After 3 months of struggle, again I did find a job, and after working for around 1.5 years, what happened was my job was sitting, and due to the sedentary lifestyle and limited exercise, I just used to go for a morning walk. So and I was doing that because I had tuberculosis. I stopped eating street food. So all those things, precautions I was taking, but still I was putting on. this is my picture. This is how I used to be during my college, and this is how I became. Um, it was not just the body. If you look at my face, I started looking very aged. Uh, so that started to bother me, and I felt like I have to do something. I cannot be like this. I stopped clicking pictures. I just didn't like myself in the picture. So that's why I have very limited picture during that time. Um, so yeah, that's when I started practicing yoga. That's what that's when it hit me really hard, and I said I had to do something else. Just walking is not helping me. I remember seeing a girl practicing Surya Namaskar in front of me in the park. When I think I was thinking the same thing. I finished my walk. I was sitting um, on that bench, and in front of me there was a girl who was doing Surya Namaskar. I didn't know what is Surya Namaskar then. I just saw her, and then it felt like this is something I need to do. So I studied online. I started watching YouTube channels. I learned Surya Namaskar, and then I started practicing Surya Namaskar. So there were few things that I started to do. I started practicing Surya Namaskar. I started doing some asanas. I was practicing Kapal Bhati. I was practicing Anulom Vilom. These were the things that I knew, and I started doing that regularly every morning for an hour. I used to practice, and after 6 months my fat reduced. I started looking better. I started getting a lot of appreciation compliments in the office. People were asking me what you are doing. You're doing something. We can see it in your body, we can see it on your face. So this was my picture then, after 6 months of yoga practice. And this was all from the online learning. That time I did not know much. I did not know the sequence. I did not know what to do first, what to do last. I did not know contraindications. Uh, Still, I was able to gain these benefits. Then, after that, actually motivated me to continue doing what I'm doing, and because it was happening so positively, that I wanted to dive deeper in it. I wanted to learn the subject. I wanted to know how it is influencing, so I started researching for the universities that were offering um, yoga learning. I basically wanted to learn the basics. So I finally found this Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, which was offering weekend classes because I was working full time on weekdays. So it was just perfect to start with. So on every Saturday for 4 hours, that course used to run. So I used to go. It was 7 to 11. 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. They taught cleansing practices, they taught asanas, Surya Namaskar, everything, and with a proper sequence. And then there was theory class also, something related to the practice they used to teach. So that basically started my learning, professional learning, I can say. I learned a lot in those 3 months. After 3 months of learning in the weekend classes, I got to know about the foundation course in yoga. So what happened is that that course was running for it was a 1 month course for 2 hours, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and my office used to operate 9 to 6. So I used to report there 9 o'clock. So it was sort of not possible for me. But I was so keen to learn that course, because I heard that, for enrollment in that course, uh, it's not easy. It's a 50 students batch every month, and there was of course morning and evening batch, but rush was there for the morning batch. It's very difficult to find a seat because the registration was on first come first serve basis, and it used to open on last Saturday of the month. And for that morning batch, which for which the counter used to open at 8 o'clock, the queue used to start from 5 o'clock or before 5 o'clock. You can imagine the demand of that class. So I was like, what is happening in that class, why there is so much of rush? So there was this curiosity that I also want to go and see what is happening there. So I took the permission from my manager. I asked him, I requested him that if he could move my office timing from 10 to 7 instead of 9 to 6, so that I could finish my class 7 to 9, and then change there, come back to the office. It used to take 1 hour, my office to that center. So he agreed, and that's how I was able to learn. And I'm telling you, if I would not have attended that foundation course, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't be a yoga teacher, because the basics, the foundation was made in that class. I learned a lot there, thanks to my teacher. And that rush which was happening for the morning class, evening seat you used to get, but morning there was a rush. It was because of that master. It was because of Vinay Bharti sir. Because of him, people wanted to learn from him. That basically taught me the impact of being a good teacher. There was an evening batch as well, but people wanted to learn from that master. So, and he's my guru now. I basically give the complete credit to my yoga learning today, and whatever I have achieved in my yoga teaching, to him. Without him, it couldn't have been possible. It's all because of him. So yeah, so there I learned a lot. It was, and I tell you what, so there are two things to learn here. One, if you find the right teacher, if you find the right teacher who could motivate you, who could teach you properly yoga, then do not look at the convenience. Just see how you can go and learn from that person. Um, because it was not easy for me. I wanted to learn from him, uh, and I had my office. It was 1 hour journey. Anybody usually would have said no, it's not possible, but I made it possible. I took permission from my manager, and in the back of my mind I had this thing that if he says no, I will take 1 month unpaid leave. I was that determined. um, but he agreed, and because it was a 1 hour journey and there was no direct conveyance, so what I used to do, I used to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock I used to start from my place. 7 o'clock I used to reach there. I used to go by auto, and then we had to change metro. So it was auto, metro, auto, and then reaching there, learning, changing, then going back, auto, metro, auto, reaching to the office, and then finishing my work at 7. And then sometimes the teacher, as you start to learn, he used to give homework. So I used to wake up 4:30 in the morning, and then I used to finish my homework. Homework meaning he whatever he used to teach in the beginning, he used to tell us that practice it in the morning first and then come. So, that's how I learned. So, do not choose convenience over quality. Uh, that would be the message I want to give. Um, so, yeah, that's how I learned, and whatever I learned in that class, I practiced it for 4 years. Um, because what happened, there was a 50 students batch, and after 4 years I met some people, and I'm telling you, from that 50 students, hardly there would be two or three, including me, who would remember what exactly was taught there. Others have forgotten it. So this is another thing that you need to know, that it's not what you learn, it's what you practice on a regular basis which gets retained here. Hmm? So even if you learn from a great master, if you are not practicing what he has taught you, then it's good for nothing. So yeah, that's the message again, that you need to practice what you learn. Don't lose it. Once you learn something good, you have to keep practicing. And it's not just what he taught, he also gave us techniques to upgrade what you have learned, and he taught us what all you can do in future. So he and I followed everything that he said. He asked us to practice, go and attend Vipassana. I did 2 Vipassana retreats. I have my videos on my experience of Vipassana. You can go and watch. So I followed everything that he said. That's why I am here. I'm teaching now those techniques to my students. So yeah, and in that span of 4 years, a lot of things have happened, and now I'm going to share how those practices that I was doing, that I was practicing on a daily basis, helped me. Um, as I said, in 2012, 2012, early 2013, I was suffering from tuberculosis. My lungs were infected, and in 2017, I ran my first ever marathon, and it was half marathon. It was not 5 kilometers, it was not 10 kilometers, it was 21.1 kilometers. It was my first marathon ever. I still have this what do you call so yeah, I still have this as a memory. This has come out, but that was conducted by IDBI. So it's a reminder for me that if you have something in your mind, you can achieve it. Um, so it was 21.1 miles. I completed it in 2 hours and 45 minutes. First marathon ever. And after completing, also, there was no injury. I was jumping with joy. I met people who were there with me, and when I shared that it was my first marathon, they just couldn't believe it, that in my first attempt I was able to complete 21.1 miles. That time I did not tell them I had this lung infection, like and tuberculosis a few years back. See how yoga helped me strengthening my lungs, you know. And strengthening my mental state, strengthening my mind, that I could do it. Um, so yeah, that was a great moment. That moment I cannot forget how I felt. Um, this is the picture of that time. You can see how happy I was then, and And that time for my marathon preparation, because I am not a runner, I don't like jogging. I used engine dod. It's a yogic sthula vyayam. Here is the video, you can see it on the top. So this technique I used for preparing for marathon. It is said that 5 minutes of engine dod is equivalent to 20, it gives you the stamina for running up to 21 miles, and I had to run 21 miles here. So I used engine door technique, and I used to practice 5 minutes of engine door, and my preparation was for only 1 month. To be specific, it was for around 21 to 22 days. So yeah, that time actually the reason why I enrolled there was because in my mind I had that thing that I'm this engine door which I know that helps to prepare running up to 21 miles, and if this is true, I should be able to finish this run. I had that habit of validating what is written. So that's why I enrolled that, and I knew that if I'm practicing it on a regular basis, I could finish this run. And I did it. So yeah, that kind of gave me the confidence that yes, you need to sometimes validate what is written. You don't have to blindly believe on something. Like what happens these days, this chakra meditation is very popular, where you visualize chakras. Sometimes there are colors given. There's nothing wrong about it, but what I find strange is why you are believing it is of these colors. Why you are believing there are 7 chakras only? What if okay, and if you believe, if I ask you, there is this I think root chakra is red color, it's mentioned red color. So if I ask you which red it is, because red has different variation, there is tomato red and there is blood red, so what red it is exactly? Because when you talk about blood, you know the color of the blood. If I tell you to imagine blood, we all will visualize the same blood color. But if I ask to visualize the color of root chakra, red, I'm saying, one will visualize tomato red, other will visualize something else. So it's not same. Why? It should be same, right? So you have not seen it, you are blindly believing it. So there should be curiosity of knowing that no, I will believe it only when I see it. If there are yogis, there are practitioners who have seen it and it's consistently written in every book, then I should also be able to see it one day, because I want to know if it is yellow color, what yellow it is. Is it lime yellow? Is it mustard yellow? Is it fire, the yellow of fire? What color it is exactly. I want to know it. So that kind of curiosity was there in me. I was not ready to believe anything blindly, and that is what yogic books also suggest, that of course you need to read what is there, but you need to have the curiosity to validate things, that yes, it is true. Don't believe anything and everything, whatever people communicate or whatever is written. Have that feeling that I want to see it, I want to experience it. Then only you will progress in yogic path. So yeah, that started to happen, and this is the first time I validated something. So yeah, and that kind of raised my confidence. That incident. After that, I went for meditation, Vipassana retreat. That also experience was very amazing. I've shared a video on my first Vipassana retreats experience. Go and watch it. You will know in detail what all happened with me. So Vipassana practice basically brought me patience and positivity, um, focus. I remember in one year, in the same year, I cracked my PMP exam with 3 months of preparation without any coaching, and I cracked my registered patent agent exam um, with 15 days preparation. 15 days preparation without any coaching. So it improved my focus tremendously. um, so that is another thing which I validated, that yes, yogic practices are super helpful in improving your focus, and keeping you positive, because I knew I am able to crack it. That positivity within you. So it's very important for growing kids. So I would highly recommend you bring your kids to the yoga room. They let them learn yoga. That will help kids. um, and so these things happened, and then I had to leave my well settled job and move to Dubai, because my husband moved to Dubai for the work reasons, and to support him, I had to leave my job, and I went there. I was super confident there that I'm going to do something there. um, because I had I had good qualification, I had good experience. By then I was 6 years of experience in corporate job. When I moved to Dubai, people used to ask me, "Are you not going to work now?" Um, I was telling them, that time I used to get this feeling that I don't know what is going to happen in Dubai, but I know something different or something positive is going to happen. With that faith, I moved to Dubai, and I tell you, for the first 6 months, I did not get a single call for the job. Forget about job interview, I was not getting call. Though I was trying, I was applying every day restlessly for the job. And what I did was, because that was sort of pulling me down, that was sort of taking me towards depression. Um, I, I shouldn't say depression, because I was not depressed, but I was feeling low. I was not able to figure out what I'm going to do now. It was a very low feeling. Uh, it was a low feeling because I was practicing yoga. If I wouldn't have been practicing yoga, I would have definitely gone into depression. Because for a person who is very ambitious, not getting a job, working at home, doing nothing, it does not fascinate. This kind of life does not fascinate them. They want to work. Um, they do not want to just be dependent on their husband. So I am one of them. I want to be financially independent. Um, so I tried hard, but I was not able to find the job. And I increased the time of my practice. I was practicing 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours a day, When I was not applying for job, I used to practice because I was alone at home. My husband used to go to office, so I increased my time. I was meditating for a long time, for 1 hour, 2 hour, sometimes 2.5. So one fine day, I felt after meditation that why I am only trying for one thing, why I am trying to find the job in the area where I had been working, why I'm not trying something which I have not tried so far. probably I meant to do something else. So I tried freelancing, that did not work. I tried going for another job. I worked as a receptionist for a month. It didn't feel, you know, I felt out of place then. So I stopped after a month. And then I just felt I have been practicing yoga for last like 5 years. By then it was 5 years. So why I don't start teaching yoga? Is there a way to do it? The first call and I got the job. It was not paying me well, but it didn't disturb me because I was doing something productive. I was doing something I love. So I used to go, it was far from my home. For I think for 6 to 8 months, I um, taught in that manner. I was not earning much. For 1 year of yoga teaching, I did not earn. I was earning lesser, much lesser than what I was getting in India. But still, there was a hope that this is the area where I can excel because I know the subject. After 8 months of not earning enough, I got the opportunity to teach in the largest yoga studio of the Dubai as a cover teacher. Cover teacher means you are covering the lead teacher in his absence, in his or her absence. So when he or she is on vacation, they used to call cover teachers. So I started teaching as a cover teacher. I used to get frequent calls from them. Every other day I was teaching as a cover teacher. And then that kind of boosted my confidence. And after 3 months, they offered me a permanent role. But just a day before, I confirmed somewhere else. And my work ethics didn't allow me to to break that commitment which I had given to somebody. Plus that it was closer to my home, though it was paying less. But still, I was able to work and I was able to earn good. So I started to work, but during my period of teaching in that largest yoga studio, what happened, when I was teaching as a cover teacher, then only it happened. Um, I don't know what, this also happened when I was practicing meditation. After end of the practice, I felt like why don't I share my yoga journey with people? So um, the first draft that I wrote after meditation, I just sent it in a magazine house, and then they were ready to publish it. And it took time. It took almost 4 to 5 months, and it got published in one of the very reputed magazines of yoga. Um, and the funny thing, the publisher, the magazine team, they did not inform me. I think they forgot to inform me that my article has been published in this schedule. They didn't inform me. I went to the studio one day, and then the receptionist there, she told me that Sapna, you are featured in this article in this magazine. And I'm like, what are you talking? No, it cannot happen. So they told me, no, you are joining hands, you are wearing black color clothes. And I'm like, and then I recall that yes, I submitted an article like 4 months back, though they committed they'll publish, they never communicated when it's gonna happen. So I forgot. And then I saw this article there, and it was there in every yoga studio. I was getting messages that it was touching people's heart. And I inquired, I asked for my copy, and then they sent me the copy of that magazine. um, so that was a that actually helped me believe that I could also write. Um, then I approached newspapers, and College Time is a very reputed newspaper in Dubai. So I wrote yoga columns for them along with yoga teaching. So these things started to happen. Um, so after that, a lot of things happened during my yoga teaching. But these experiences I had shared to tell you what all yoga can do. It boosts your confidence, especially meditation. I wanna mention that because the thought of yoga teaching came after meditation. The thought of writing um, yoga articles, that came after meditation. The first draft that I wrote for my yoga article, I didn't revise it. It was the only draft, first draft, which got published. I wrote it after meditating. So what I realized is after meditation, you get a lot of clarity in the brain, and whatever you feel, the action, the message from within, whatever you get, that inner calling, uh, you should just go with that. You should just do it. Today, if you ask me what all I do in my personal practice, I focus a lot on my cleansing practice. Shat Karma. I practice Shat Karma on a regular basis. I practice asanas, but the emphasis on the physical practice is lesser. There is a shift which has happened. I practice meditation more. So I give a lot of time to meditation. The time for the physical practice is there, but it is close to half an hour, not more than that. But I put a lot of emphasis on cleansing and then meditation. I do pranayama also, but I'm just telling you that emphasis is more on the meditation part, because I want to see where it takes me. And now I just want to end this video with the message that if I could do it, you can also do it. Um, Yoga is miraculous. Don't just see it as a physical practice, but because physical practice is nothing. It's just 10%, not even 10% of what yoga can do. It can strengthen your mind. It will do magical things for you. I wouldn't say it will do magical things, it will prepare you. You will do extraordinary things. So, yeah, I would highly encourage everyone to start practicing yoga. It will transform your life for the better. So yeah, do share how you felt after watching this video, and does it motivate you to practice? If you have any questions, you can ask me, and trust me, the videos that I'm making, it's for you. It's never thinking that I want to talk about myself. It's thinking that what people can learn from the video. I hope it serves its objective. Thank you so much for motivating me with your lovely comments. I would want to see what you have to say about this video too. Thanks for all the support. Do like this video if you liked it. Do share your feedback, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.